Especially in social, okay, this is crucial. I figured this out because I was doing social circle game, and then I realized this just works better on cold approach anyway as well. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm just doing this from now on. There's a strong correlate. I'm big into patterns, algorithms. My favorite book series when I was a kid was the Pragmatic series, the Pragmatic Guide to teach yourself like how to program, basically, right? Any geeks in here learn those, use those books, right? They're amazing books, right? I'm very linear in how I think, right? So for me, it's one of these things where I realized that the pattern of me physically escalating on a girl, the point that helped me fuck her was very short. It would help me get makeouts. It would help me get a lot of like, oh, now we're here at the door, right? And I'm talking like years ago. I figured out where I could actually like physically escalate and then actually close it as well. But the conversion rates, the percentage rates, right, are so much lower than if you get the girl and her friend to escalate on each other, and then you just pull one of the girls or you pull them both. And then there's also no negative social repercussions of you groping the girl, because like no like big jack dude is gonna come over and be like, what the fuck are you watching them make out with each other for, right? But if you like try to like escalate on the girl, he's gonna come over and be like, what the fuck, bro? And then the girl knows him. Even if she likes you, she's gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna go now, right? So you tell them to do it, first of all. Right, you just flat out tell them. It's kind of like how I talked about how I get in the DJ booths, right?
The buying temperature has to be a certain level, though.
Yeah, but the buying temperature is literally, it's one joke. Number one, just tell them to, right? But I know that takes a little while to, right? It's kind of like the nipple thing. That seems like that's too crazy for him to do, but that's exactly what get him to fuck his friend. The easiest thing to do is make a girl your friend, your bestie, and then fuck her. Do you understand? So we want to do this on a shorter term basis with you. So when you open the girl and you're disqualifying the girl, if you open the girl, check this out. If you open the girl really direct, hey, the classic, hey, you know what? I'd be kicking myself all fucking day if I didn't come over and say hi to you. My name's Luke. What's your name? Whatever. You do that and then you're like, oh, kiss your friend. Right? It's like, no, this is weird. Right? If you go that direct, you're that intense, then you're not going to be able to get them to escalate on each other. You're purely DTF screening. Do you understand? The more intense your game is, the more you're screening for a girl who's just down. Which is fine, but you better rack up the quantity, the volume. Do you understand? If you're going to do the whole thing where you get them to escalate on each other, it needs to be very happenstance, casual, like, whoa, what the like, as soon as you tell them to do it and they start escalating, I'm immediately just like, oh, put your fucking pussy away, put your nipple away. And like they're kissing, like it's not even like even close to that happening. Because then the girls are like, wait, what? Oh, you fucker. Like as if they thought that it might be out or something, right? And then now we're joking back and forth, being really aggressive sexually with it. You understand? Yeah. But it starts with a disqualifier. You can't walk up to the girl, be direct, and then give her the compliment, and then tell her to fuck her friend, and then tell her to come home with, and then like it's just too much at once. Right. You understand? Yeah. Especially in this context. So if you want them to, and this is the, I mean, if you want to do like threesomes with any regularity, you have to do this exact type of game. If you're going to do the direct with threesomes, you have to have a lot of attraction status, super good logistics, and probably party pretty hard, right? So you want to go the other way, right? So you want to disqualify really hard. So how do you disqualify? Super old school pickup technique. It just works really, really well. You and I would never work out. You and I would never work out because of fill in the blank, right? And then walk away. You want to make your disqualifiers hit way harder? Do a takeaway with 100% of your disqualifiers. They're amazing, right? So I do the whole, holy shit, I love your shoes. They really match your belt. Keep it up. I walk away. Then she says, even the biggest cunt in the world is going to say what? Thanks. Hey, you know what? You're actually really friendly. Where are you from? That's the positive frame with the open-ended question. The positive frame means what? She's going to act similarly to how I just said for her to act. And then I gave her the open-ended question, which means she's just going to give me some response, right? Which means I'm going to reach 100% hook point with every girl because I'm doing this segued response, this segued process. You understand? So then I ask where she's from. She says Philly. I'm going to say, I mean, again, you don't have to say these literal words. This is a plug-and-play framework as we described earlier, right? So then she says, Philly. Oh, that's crazy. Are they? Is it true they say about girls from Philly? Are they all? Are they all raging sluts? What? Whatever. You don't have to say it like that. But is it true they say about girls from Philly? She's gonna hold on. She's gonna go. No, it's not. We're not all. And then she's gonna say what they. We're not all Hicks. We're not all whatever, right? And go. Oh, that's funny. Oh, is that your friend? It is. Oh, bring her over. Right? She's either going to do one of two things. What is she going to do? Either bring her over or say, why? No, right? Then you say, oh, because I want you to. Then you're going to catch about 50% of the girls just by you saying, oh, I want you to. She's going to bring the friend over. Right? You just justify anything and you're going to get it. And just make that in the path that's you actually putting both of them there. And then tell them to, oh, you know what? So okay, here's the thing too. When you tell them what to do, you have to be very clear with what you're telling them, and it's not about the sexuality. Remember I did the whole nipple thing with that guy, right? We told him to do it with the friend or whatever. It's not about like, oh my God, I really want to see your nipple because it makes me horny. It's not that at all, right? Instead it's holy shit. And then she says what? What? Right? And then you say, oh, your fucking nipple is just huge. She's going, what? And she acts all surprised, right? And again, you don't have to say that exact line, but you say the sexual thing where you get buy-in back and forth, right? If you're just like, hey, you know what? You two should fucking make out. You're going to get like a 1 out of 10. Like, it'll be about 1 out of 10, I think. But you want 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, you build it up sexually, right? Okay? You guys ever do accidental keno? It's that was funny. So accidental keno is an amazing segue to get like super aggressive stuff, right? So, huh? He said no. He said I had said something about accidental keno. He goes no. Well, accidentally. He just said accidentally twice. I mean, that's like such an undertone to this whole deal. It just kills me when I see guys going out there and like hustling hard, going out there and trying to like pound the pavement and open all these sets. Like again, like on a boot camp, like when you take like an Owen boot camp, you'll see him do it really aggressively, and he's really good at it, right? But what a lot of guys fail to understand, it's a boot camp setting. Like a video I'm about to release is Owen describing how like I got him his last girlfriend and basically made them hang out, like from pure social game. Like I'm gonna love when that video comes out because like he's super like, yeah, I cold approached earlier that day, and then for a couple weeks like we were being told to like hang out, and she's a legitimate playmate with like a couple 100,000. I mean, she's super hot, right? Yeah, and like this was a girl that like me and Michael were like, no, you guys are gonna fuck, like this is gonna happen, right? But then at the same time, when you see him game, you'll see him like aggressively, like huge volume, open, right? So what you have to understand is there's time and place for when you're gonna achieve a certain level of success, and when you're gonna achieve other level of successes, and then when you're gonna like puzzle out certain, like niche out and carve out what type of game and lifestyle you're gonna have, right? So when you're gonna do this type of thing, this type of social game, to get that type of quality, like Owen's ex, right? You're not going to, like, she doesn't even like go places where you could cold approach her. Like, you literally couldn't find her. Like, she's shipped from photo shoot to photo shoot to photo shoot, right? I happened to schedule a photo shoot, and I had 15 Maximum girls come in, right? And the whole goal was like, let's see how many of them we can fuck. And she was one that we didn't, and she like, you know what I mean? Like the only way to even meet that girl is to be friends with the photographer, be friends with whatever it might be, right? Otherwise, you're just never gonna get access to them, okay? The whole goal of this whole deal is do less work, leverage. Like, you guys, a couple of you guys have businesses, right? The whole point of business is what? To create leverage so you do less work and make more money, right? Or at least profit or whatever it might be. Why do we then look at game in this way where it's this like emotional, metaphysical way? No, it's processes. Put the processes in place. Like every Wednesday I'll have a threesome. Like 90% chance, right? I'm not gonna say 100 because 90% chance. Because I put the processes in place for me to have a threesome. It's usually tandem, meaning not like it's gonna be with one girl I've already fucked, right? But the other one will be new every time, right? Why? Because I have the perfect threesome fuck funnel in place for Wednesdays. There was one time, like Alex will tell you, I get so like emo in clubs sometimes around these fucking people, but like I still want the result. I'm gonna go in there and get the result. I'll be in there for like an hour. I'll pull the threesome. I'll go pound it out, and usually I'll like go to the strip club to like hang out because my friends are there. I'll hang out or whatever, right? But the whole point is do less work, higher yield. So when you get the girls to do it all on each other, there's no creep factor for yourself, right? But guess what? They're not gonna like leave you and go fuck. This only happened to me like once or twice. And I just fucking like I got her fired from her job because she pissed me off by doing that. She got another job at another strip club, so it's not a big deal. But she was a cocktail waitress. But there rarely, very rarely, are two girls that you like get to escalate on each other could be like, oh my god, we're so turned on, we're gonna leave you out of it now, and then they go off and do their own thing. You're always gonna be brought along for the ride. To the point where I'll even say like super self-deprecating things. Because all I do is I want to pound two girls out that are at least 8s, right? Or like a 7 and 9. And like the 7 will always help me get the 9 with me doing almost no work. Think about it. You do a ton of game, you whip out all this crazy stuff, you get the 9 or the 10, and you did all this heavy work and you're like exhausted and like you had to open how many other ones to get it, and then, or you have the 7 get you the 9. Like here's the 9. Any 10 I've ever had sex with, besides one, which has probably only been like, a handful, right? Like proper 10s, were gotten for me by girls. I did nothing. which again is why I said to the very, very beginning of this talk, it's a lot easier for me to show you guys how to get 9s and 10s using social circle game than for you to get your own 5s to 8s. You guys understand that now?
Yeah.
Right? Is that making more sense?
So do
Cool.
you train the 7 to do that?
I mean, I train the 8 and the 9 to do that. In case any of them are hearing. Yeah.
Is that weird?
Yeah, no, I mean 100% aggressive training. Like SEAL Team fucking 6 training.
Nice.
Yeah. Every month that you date me, it's crazy and crazy. I don't know how you could date me after a year or something. Because each month it becomes more challenging. There's more girls you have to bring me. It's a whole setup. What's the quote? I know what I bring to the table, so I'm okay eating alone. I tell that to like every girl at it's like our 1 month romantic anniversary.
And then they just chase harder and harder.
Of course. Here's the thing. If you don't, I know it sounds kind of mean or whatever. Like I get like it sounds a little bit harsh or whatever. If you don't do that, you get nothing, right? Or you get like scraps or a lot less results. So if this is what she's going to respond to, then okay, then this is what's going to happen, right? The best attraction quote or the best pickup quote in the world is David D'Angelo's quote. I mean, as little game as that guy actually has, the quote is money. The quote is money. You guys know what it is? Attraction is not a choice. Holy fuck! Like that. Like most guys don't let that sink in. Like the girls are not choosing to be attracted. Like, ask the girl what her type is. Like ask the next girl you fuck what her type is. Watch her not describe you. Seriously, she's not going to describe you. It doesn't happen.
What they want anyway.
She doesn't be like, wow, yeah, man boobs, really long, shitty hair, and a very, very average dick. That's what. Like, no, she doesn't say that. Like that. No. Most of the girls that I fuck like black guys. I'm extremely not black. What?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
On the inside.
There you go, right? I want to see everybody doing these techniques, and I want everybody to see that it's applicable everywhere. So I travel to different cities, and I'm doing the same techniques to build a social circle up, right? I have a pretty epic event tomorrow night that's like 50-50 if it's going to happen. And I've been building it up just like all night as I'm like working on my laptop. I'm like, oh, let's see if I could throw this event out. Let's see if I can make this happen. And if it happens, it's going to be insane, like unbelievably insane. And I'm filming the whole thing for the deal, right? Again, it's got to be. You get a lot better at selecting the people that you do that with, right? At first, you're like buying the drink for like someone who's, you have no connection with. And then over here, you're buying somebody, or maybe you're not buying anything, but you're spending the time to actually connect with the person. And then you're like, oh, it's not going to work. Eventually, you get really, really good. You get very, very adequate at actually picking people out right away. Like right now, I can pretty much pick the guy in the bar that like I'm going to connect with, and like I'm going to want to buy the drink, and then hope the reciprocity, and we build some commonality or whatever, right? Over time, it will just happen very, very quickly. Also, make sure you're doing the multiple social circles. So once you get good at this, the next step is doing these multiple circles in different places so that the overlap kicks in. Once that overlap kicks in, oh my God, like it's great. Like the overlap is how I met Dan Bilzerian. The overlap is how I met Paris Hilton. The overlap is how I met any celebrity, like real celebrity I've ever met. It's from the overlap. It's not from the social circle. It might be different physical locations. In a place like Miami, LA, Vegas, it could be multiple circles in the same club though, because the clubs are so large, right? So you have these multiple circles all happening at once, right? Again, it sounds, at least I think it sounds super simple as I describe it, but when you're actually doing it, sometimes it's difficult to break yourself off. Right? To do the multiple. I had massive foursome and orgy anxiety up until this year. I've been pulling threesomes for like 4 or 5 years. I had sober threesome anxiety for a while, right? Because for my first like 2 years, I was like getting a bunch of threesomes. Well, my first 2 years of threesomes, right? I was living in Austin, Texas, and it was literally like I've got an apartment, and I would do these 7-day immersion programs. This is like maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I get the apartment was right above a bar. You know how there's the staircase that like, and all of a sudden there's like the bi-level type deal, and like you kind of could just go right into the bar without even going to the street. Talk about logistics. Like I was just closing so many girls off of logistics alone, right? But that wasn't really like proper threesome game. That was just me like putting all of this stuff in place, which then guess what though? It gave me the abundant mentality. It allowed. I literally did. It wasn't a good game. I just put I didn't have a good state. I had terrible inner game, right? There was nothing like mentally that was going for me other than me being gregarious, than me being clever to like put this in place with the logistics. I used to have a whole talk for about a year and a half. I gave an entire layer to her. Like it's like an inner circle, like layer and inner circle, kind of the same thing. And the entire talk was off no game at all, just pure logistics. How do you close girls just off logistics? And then using just the logistics and the compliance to have sex with the girls. And then you watch all the attraction flow right off the bat, right, or off the back of that rather. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy to me when I see guys not using buy-in game, investment-based game, and pre-selection. Like I would like the next time I come to Scottsdale, it's actually pretty close to Vegas, so I was thinking about coming here more regularly. The next time I come to Scottsdale, I would want every single one of you should have a pivot. Guess what? You know what's crazy about this too?
What is that? You never went over it.
A pivot's a girl that will help you pick up chicks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Soups.
wow.
Any other light bulbs? Yeah. Oh, shit. Accidentally? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. The only time I'm ever going to go out to a club without girls or without a pivot to help me get girls is going to be when I'm like with my buddies and we're just like, there's some business thing to talk about, or like maybe he's going through some shit and like he just wants to like, I mean, I don't drink beer, but like he wants to like throw a few beers back and talk. I don't know. Like other than that, I'm always going to have girls with me. Like why would you not? Like the night that I got this whole orgy thing on Sunday, right? I had how many girls in white? 12? 10? Something like that? 10 or 12 girls in white that were just sitting there. Let's say that you're super new to game, right? Like you, for example, right? You're super new. Remember you're asking that question about how to get started with this shit if you're just getting started off scratch, right? You can't exactly network with the socialite in your town, you know, like Blazerian, like go on his wakeboard boat and then there's 15 girls just sitting there. Like you can't just escalate to that. Granted, was Lake Havasu though? Is that close to here or no? That's like a fucking rager lake, right? There's a couple guys that just don't have the profile of some of the guys I already described that are fucking raging and fucking girls on that lake that you guys can just get on. If I moved here within a week, I'd be on some sick boat in that lake, fucking some girl that I would forget about an hour later. Like, so that would happen at some point. You guys can all do that using all the stuff that I'm talking about, right? So for you, right, you have to do the stuff that's very manageable. So like the pivot, for example, right? You're probably not going to be like what's your lay count? Is it under 3? Yeah. Is it 0? 3. Around 3? Yeah. 2. 2.5? 2?
Because like one of them I kind of like messed up on, so I'm not really counting.
A solid integer of 2. Let's go with that. Cool. Hey, it's fine. I guarantee there's someone in here with a less lay count than that, so it's fine. Let's go. Got you. Huh?
I'm at 0.
Who's at 0?
I'm at 0.
There you go. See? Not accidentally. Are we clapping for this? Are we applauding virginity now? Okay. Well, so the STD talk, that got like uhs. But then the virginity, oh yeah, let's clap for that. Okay, so for you, dude, what do you do for work? You have a job?
Yes.
What do you do?
Amazon.
Amazon.
I work at night. So I work
So the tech company Amazon, I'm guessing.
yeah.
Okay.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Sweet. Like 30 billion, yeah.
6:30 to 5 a.m.
What do you do there?
Just walking around all day.
Cool. Are there any women that work there at all?
Yes.
Cool. Like if you're just getting started, the easiest pivot in the world is coworkers. Because any coworker will do what?
Go out.
No, but there's a thing. It's called, what?
Talk to you.
They'll talk to you. It's called happy hour. Like every coworker.
Gossip to me about
Huh?
shit. They
What?
Like, gossip to me about like shit.
So you've already been doing this?
Yeah.
Or at work they gossip?
Huh?
At work they gossip or at the happy hour they gossip?
They know at work. Like,
Perfect. So now you already know they want to talk to you. So guess what you do? You say, hey, you want to go to happy hour? Because I'm really enjoying this conversation. Right? Who gives a shit, right? There are girls who like you're both serving each other's purpose. Okay? So what do you do? And again, anybody else who's just starting out fresh, like there's a couple of guys that, because we talked about a lot of advanced topics so far, if you're just starting out fresh, just do this. Okay? This is so easy. Just take some coworkers.
anywhere, just like,
Huh?
like anywhere, like IHOP or something like that.
I would no. Less IHOP, a little more cunty than that, right? Let's think less IHOP, a little more. What? So what would be a place, right? What has food? Is El Jefe and all those cunty places?
They all do.
All those bullshit, like they serve food during that. They have happy hour and they turn to a club. All that bullshit, dude. Like you guys got to be cleaning up, dude. Yeah, the whole AIDS thing. Here, I would have AIDS. No, you got a town that is made for it's made for fucking. Seriously, Scottsdale and Atlanta and Dallas are the 3 fuck towns. You understand that? like 3 hottest girls, like it's crazy more, like Concrete Cowboy in Dallas, go fuck yourself. That's better than Excess any day of the week. And it's a fucking like, anybody been in Concrete Cowboy? No, like Dallas, Atlanta, and Scottsdale are the fuck towns. Amazing. These are the 3 cities that I'll do a boot camp here, and like if all 3 boot camp students cancel, I'm still like, I still gotta go though for some reason. They're amazing. So not IHOP. Why not IHOP? You tell me.
It's more like friendly type.
No. I want this to be super friendly basis.
There's no other girls.
There's like the 45-year-old fat you know, there's no girls there. I mean, unless you guys got some crazy like stripper IHOP where they go.
All right, so he's not 21.
Oh, when do you turn 21?
22nd.
Wait, where's Future?
Oh, in a few days. He's gonna be
Oh, in a few days. Also, I know somebody, not Future, who could also sort you out with that stuff. Huh?
I just said I turned 30 today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's a clap. Yeah. So no, for real though. Let's get back to this, right? So is that why you said IHOP? Because the age thing? Is the age the reason why you said IHOP? And again, anybody who's a beginner to this stuff, listen to this, because we already covered the advanced stuff, so I want to cover the beginner stuff a little bit, right? Yeah. By the way, I'd rather take a beginner and crush it with him than a guy who's like a little bit more than average, or you know, that guy's already has all these like crazy woo inner game shit in his head. We could just be like, no, let's just stop that. Like, let's get the inner game once you've actually achieved all this pussy, and then guess how good your inner game is going to be. It's good, right? Instead of it being this like facade of you talking to a mirror telling yourself how great you are. Like mentally jerking off on your face, right? Like, come on. So instead of that, where do you take them? Instead of IHOP?
Starbucks. Sushi.
Not Starbucks. Give me a place. Give me a name of a place.
Stingray sushi. Geisha.
Casey
All right, wait. So we got Stingray. We got Geisha. Are they both like trendy and cunty? Like, okay. They're not like a hole in the wall with amazing sushi. They're. All right, quiet. Let's get 5 places for these guys, okay? 5 places, okay? Hold on, 5 places. Where do the cuntiest, most arrogant, most pretentious whores go? Women, sorry. So El Jefe. Bottle Blonde or no? Not as much.
Not as much.
So Bottle Blonde, Geisha something? Geisha, what's the other one? Write these down. Write them down. El Jefe, Geisha, Sushi,
Sumo Maya.
Kata.
It's all right.
What's that?
Sumo Maya, Geisha Go-Go, Stingray, the W, El Jefe. Piece of paper.
You said the W?
Yeah.
Oh. That's pretty good here?
Oh, the W.
There. And then there's
Got
a
it.
lounge in the front.
Cool. Everyone else, if you're a beginner, listen to these places. If you're gaming at any bar, other than the place that he just mentioned or that we just mentioned here, you're wasting your time.
So basically, I just
Because you won't get as much bang for your buck. Right? Here's the thing. If you're going to actually tell yourself that you're going to build on each interaction, do the proper social game, you actually want to get 9s and 10s, you want to go to the cuntiest place. You understand what I mean by cunty? Club cunts? The fuck boys?
Yeah.
Right? The hot chicks? Huh?
Yeah, Kona Grill at the mall.
Kona Grill here's good?
Kona and Zitejas. Yeah.
Oh, I love Zitejas. That shit's bomb.
Fashion Square, but the ones in Fashion
In
Square.
Fashion Square, they're right next to each other. There's also
Guys, listen, focus. This guy's talking. Listen up, Tim.
Get like 3 bars all right next to each other. That
Yo, you're literally talking during the most important thing of this entire thing. He's literally telling you where to go. So just listen to him real quick. And he works for a law firm, and he's doing a mass tort, so he's got to be a cool guy.
He's all right.
All right.
El Jefe. All right, hey, who's in the inner circle?
I am.
I'm the inner circle admin. I'll put it on the inner circle. Cool. We even have spreadsheets.
He's
You can
efficient,
go
too.
right now.
Yeah, he is.
Google in the files or look in the files. There's a spreadsheet for venues. I'll update it.
Can you put a column for cunty? Like a cunty ratio?
All the other places that Luke talked about. Right?
Yeah. No, like literally order them in terms of like how uncomfortable he would feel walking in by himself.
Yeah.
Seriously, you want to go to the place where you just
RC Inner Circle Phoenix if you're not in there, or talk to the person next to you.
Yeah.
And mad you.
yeah. So then what you do, real quick, to tie this off, right? There's one more point to this.
They're bars.
Wait, you don't get what?
Oh, I'm just trying to figure out what you mean by cunty. You mean like
Okay. No, stop. Nobody say a word right now. Stop. Nobody say a word. Listen to me. Virgin, listen to me. Virgin, listen to me. Yeah. Listen, right? It's where the hottest girls go, and they're gonna be the rudest to you. That's what I mean by cunty. You got it? And the dudes that apparently in Scottsdale where they're getting like steroids shot out of their ass, and like it's gonna be dudes with like tight shirts walking around. It's gonna be very, very arrogant girls. You got it?
Yeah. I got it.
Cool. Go for it.
So when I bring girls from my words back to those cunty places, like
Yeah. Keep going. This is a real word, by the way. I didn't make this up. This is what the cunts call themselves. So keep going.
yeah, I'm like friends with them and stuff like that, and I bring them back there, like what you said, like how do I get them to introduce me to it, more like how do I I don't know how to explain this right now.
What do you?
I think you're explaining it right well. Just finish. I think you're doing a great job. Don't. Hey, dude, don't belittle your point. Hold on, guys. Don't belittle your point. This is why your leg count is 2, almost 3, 2, right? Because you're holding back your thought. Just no, right? Just make your thought.
All right, yeah. How do I get them to introduce me to more
Women.
more girls, basically?
I got to do like a whole Owen spiel on you, right? Okay, he basically went like this. He's like, well, how do I get him to kind of introduce me to a girl or two, right? If Owen was here, he'd have you like screaming out in the fucking street to make sure you get your balls back, right? Seriously. Okay, seriously, this is what's happening. Okay, you have to tell them. You have to tell them exactly what type of girl you like and say but you have to do the leading sentence as I said earlier, right? You have to be like, hey, what's the problem? Out of nowhere, just cut them off. Be like, hey, what's the problem? What's going on here? Right? I said it on purpose in that situation to make it more natural, so I don't just sound like a fucking sociopath. Like, oh, so what's going on here? And then the girl says,
What do you mean?
why are you not getting that girl to get over here and hang out with us? Because I think I misunderstood something. I think I am confused. I think I don't quite understand what's happening here, right? You see how I'm like exaggerating, I'm being kind of condescending about it? That's when then the girls are like, oh, okay, you like her? And then that's when you go, I mean, kinda. And then you go, and then she's gonna go, really? You like that one? Like, no, that one. And you point her out. And she's gonna go, okay. And then you say, chop chop. And then she'll go, oh, really? You mean it? And you go, no, I was just fucking with you. And then she's go, oh, okay. Yes, I meant it, go. And then she's gonna go, oh, okay. And then she's gonna go, hey, what's your name? I think you're really pretty. And then if the girl doesn't want to do it, just literally say, go up and tell her that she's pretty. Literally, if a girl's nervous about hitting on other girls and doing this properly, just tell the girl to say this one line. Because I've trained girls to be just beasts, and I've also done, if you're gonna do the whole like coworker thing just to make it easy on yourself, literally just say, hey, go up and tell her that you think she's pretty. Nothing else. They will just do the rest. You understand? They'll talk for an ungodly amount of time, like an ungodly long amount of time. You'll be really annoyed because you're sitting there being like, are they ever going to bring them over to me? Like, do I ever get to eat? What's happening here? Right? You fucking wait. You just wait. Because then guess what ends up happening? They just, every minute that they're talking makes your introduction that much better. Right? Yeah, money looks don't matter. You can look like me and fuck these Maxim girls that I'm fucking. You can look like me and fuck Tawny and Chloe, right? Playmate of the year last year. Like, you can look like me and do that and spend as little money as I do if you do all this shit, right? You can't just have presence and then fuck the 10 without the looks and the money and then without the game. Like, at some point you got to pick something to use. You understand? So the best way that I can get you guys results in the quickest amount of time is to force pre-selection down your throat. As you were saying, right? Just the whole idea of like, wait, why haven't you been doing that all along? Right? You kind of probably have a little bit sometimes, but why are you not like forcing that fucking thing to happen, right? Dude, seriously, the results will be unbelievable. You'll literally you guys will start snapping me situations, and you'll be off in the corner and just be like, this is happening in front of me. Do I like jump in now? When do I whip my dick out? My pivot started sucking me off, and then she's got like her tongue up my ass. I'm confused. And then you're like, oh, do I fuck my pivot? What do I do? Right? So for you, right, just wait. Then your coworker will bring the girl over, and that's it. Guess what that will also do with your relationship with the coworker, your pivot, or any other girl you're bringing? Strengthen the shit out of it. Yeah. Guess what these girls want to do? These girls, their favorite thing in the world is to help you guys get laid. They love it. They're just talking about this shit nonstop with their girls. That's even easier. They ask you what type of girl you're into. That's better. I have to do this whole like song and dance of like, you know? Yeah. You guys like the talk so far though? You guys like the talk so far? Yeah? Cool. You guys like the talk so far? Made me look good. Come on. Let's fucking... What's up? What's up, Accidental? And I'm gonna call you virgin for the rest of the day. Go for it.
I mean, it's true. I don't want
I mean, but like, dude, like, there's a reason why I have a virgin guarantee in Vegas Immersion. Like, you stay for 4 weeks, 1 month,
Yeah.
not 2 weeks, 4 weeks, right? And if you don't lose your virginity in 4 weeks, you can either stay for 2 months or I'll give you your money back.
Right. I almost got it on my own. I'm like,
Nice. It's like you got his half of the 2.5. You had the half. Yeah. So what's your question? Then we'll take a piss break.
Alright, so like we live in like a smaller city, and so we don't have like places like the same like VIP like clubs.
Sure.
But we do have like a VIP kind of because we have like a big college town. So I'm trying to see if we can do like the same kind of seating like in the daytime. So like we have like big like fraternities that have like huge of like 9 to 10s like super sluts.
Where?
All like concentrated.
ASU.
Like,
U of
no,
A.
we're at the U of A.
Tucson?
In Tucson.
Oh, U of
Yeah,
A.
so we're trying to see, that's our exclusivity for us, I think. And so I'm trying to see, is there like a good way to go about doing it in the daytime?
Yeah, dude, I was in Eau Claire, Wisconsin the other day.
Yeah.
The other day, it was like probably a year and a half ago. Eau Claire, Wisconsin is my least favorite town in the world because I grew up on a farm like 45 minutes from there. So I went there, and like lo and behold, I'd find like the raging party whore, and like who's just like going super crazy, and and she makes moonshine. I ended up like hooking up with her, right? Like the Wisconsin hot slut, whatever, right? But the thing to think about is even that bullshit ass, horrible, heinous place had a VIP area, right? The reason I talk about the bottle service stuff and these high end clubs is because there's more barrier to entry to those places. That if you can do it there, then you can do it in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, or in Tucson, Tucson, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Right. So it's not necessarily tables. It's not necessarily, DC, right? DC has stunning girls, stunning. Not the clubs. No. I mean, I like Indian girls, right? Dot, not feather. I'm all about it. I like Indian food. But like, no, there's no, they're all at the charity dinners. They're all at these stupid political fundraiser bullshit, right? So you get into those places, right? You use the same exact skill set to get into those places I got into with the DJ booth with the fucking stupid little hat, right? That helped me fuck those 2 girls that are way hotter than I am. I think we can all agree on that, right? So it's the same shit. So it's a small town. You got to figure out what's the VIP area, right? Is it the fraternity? Is it sorority? Is it? There is probably some watering hole there. There's probably some bar, some nightclub that they still go to. And by the way, before we take a bathroom break as well, whoever said they go out like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think most weeks, was that you? Reverse the shit out of that if you can. You want to make this work twice as good immediately? Go out instead of Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Go out Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Like nobody goes out. Like we're from.
The only people that matter go out those days.
I get it.
Not nobody,
Yeah, I get it.
right? Watch the quality. I go out every Thanksgiving and Christmas because it's suddenly only a sea of hot girls. Because it's only girls that work in the industry that don't give a fuck about their Thanksgiving dinner and they want to rage that day. What? That's better than meeting a single girl on Valentine's Day. Meeting a hot girl on Thanksgiving who's not at home eating turkey? Are you kidding me? That's amazing. Right? So some light bulb should click on this, right? The point of this, to do this regularly, week by week, you go out on industry nights. Do you guys not know about this? Anybody know about industry nights? Someone, you guys got it, right? You two fuckers do. So like instead of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I would just go out Sunday, just Monday, and you'll have way better success. Right? Way better. The girls are going to be hotter by at least 1 or 2 points, right? Because all the hot girls you wanted to pick up during the week are now partying, right? Way less dudes, and the dudes that are there are already fucking, so they're not haters, right? It's the bar manager, it's the fucking bartender who's already railing plenty of girls. He's too busy about the fucking girl he nutted in two weeks ago under the bar to give a shit. Like they don't give a fuck. Guys that are already, make friends with guys who are already getting laid, that already have the abundance, that already have the social circle stuff figured out. And then it's this exponential effect, okay? That's why the whole point of this product, right? I mean, whether you guys buy it or not, there's no like pitch for you guys. The whole point though is when the guys who do buy it, it's like 20% content, 80% connectivity of the actual value arbitrage, right? Because I have unlimited bottles in Vegas and like Miami kind of, right? Well, I don't really care about that. But there's definitely guys who know hot girls who would love to do that, right? Well, how do we link that up? How do we as like a PUA community sort all that shit out? I meet guys all the time that are crushed pussy, but they're just like, hey, I'm just in New York. I just met Jim this weekend. Jim's a fairly successful guy. I met an awesome PUA who was in my program for a month. He learned from me for 30 days straight, right? Just turned 21 years old. He's got one more year left of school, right? He's gonna be successful, but he's a college kid. He's looking for like, he's asking me about where specific stairwells in New York City are to fuck in. What? You don't think that like I probably have a few friends that would let him like use a spare bedroom in their place if he brought a few girls over? What? Of course, right? But how do we actually do that? It's the inner circles aren't really the place for it. It's not really like, hey, I got this hottie right now. Is there any dude with money that has a second bedroom with an after party? I'll give you whichever girl you want. That's a pretty fair exchange if you ask me, right? And I have a list of a lot of guys in New York that have, I have a list of dudes in New York that have like multiple apartments that they just use as fuck pads that like any PUA could fuck at. But how do I disseminate that to people? I only want to disseminate that if the guys actually are learning this proper social circle stuff. And then once everyone goes through the same course, they all are actually enveloped in the same stuff. They all are doing the same, they're not going to wreck each other's social circles, right? Which is kind of like that, once that happens, then that's my future vision of all this stuff. Because I think the sales pitch on actually doing the concepts is pretty simple, right? I don't think I have to convince you guys to like go out with girls, right? Go with as many as possible, right? Just do this shit. For you, I'm telling you, just do the same stuff I just had him do, right? And don't do any of the PUA shit. Seriously, if you're a virgin or you're 5 lays or less, just literally do this. Because, dude, do this and tell your pivot you're a virgin.
Yeah.
You'll be laid in 48 hours. Seriously.
On a fucking mission.
Are you kidding me? I do it sometimes and I'm not a virgin. What? It's amazing. Seriously, girls want to get you laid. They're not this enemy, right? Especially the hotter they are and the more successful the guy is, the more that they just want to help you, right? It blows my, that's the one thing I think that my parents fucked me up on, that I thought that like people were I kind of grew up thinking that like people were out to get you kind of. I grew up very religious, and then like also people, I mean, this whole like everyone like watch out for everyone, they're out to get you and all this kind of shit. Yeah, if they're losers, right? If they're people that like are already negative vibe already, but people who are the more successful you climb that ladder, guess what? It gets nicer at the top, right? Also, you don't have to bang those 4, 5s, and 6s. Right? This is the last thing I want to. I guess I'll answer your question, right? But and then bathroom break. 4, 5s. You don't have to pound the pavement. You can just go straight to the 8s, 9s, and 10s. Just go where they go. Like literally, go out where they go. It's that simple, right? One last thing on that. Who knows what Art Basel is? Who goes to Art Basel? Anybody?
No idea.
So like, who here knows what Miami Spring Break is? Everybody? I mean, come on, Miami Spring Break. Okay, Art Basel is, what is it? December. Jim, you ever go to Art Basel? I feel like you've gone there before. Yeah, like Art Basel compared to Miami during spring break, no comparison. I'll never miss an Art Basel. Super hot girls, but like most people don't really know about it. That's ultra cunty. It's in Miami. It's like an art show basically throughout the city. But they have like huge museums. I mean, like Jay-Z and Beyonce go to every single one of them. Like they have these super fancy like watch companies. Like I always get in through. I have a friend who works at Hublot. It's like super expensive watch company. They have these Hublot parties, these pop-ups. They have artists like do all the paintings and shit in front of it. And these super hot girls go there because they just love it. And guys don't really give a fuck. So it's like 5 to 1 girl to guy ratio. Like it's high barrier to entry, right? It's one of the main concepts I talk about. The higher barrier to entry thing that you do, the rest is easy. You can literally just be like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Because you're in the thing, right? Once you're in that space, you already have the attraction and the comfort. You've built it at the same time. Your question, and then we'll head out.
So if you're going out and your goal is like creating a social circle instead of just like cold approach pickup, if you get into the venue, are you just gonna go for the people who work in the industry, like the waitresses and the bartenders and things like that? Are you just going for like the hot girls? Are you going for everyone who looks like they're high status? And then like, I guess the second part of that is like, if you're gonna take a girl's number, is it more like having to do with something social? Like when you take the number, obviously you want to like seed some type of meetup.
Yeah.
So you're seeding like maybe like a party or.
So time bridge, not even the seed. You shove the seed down their throat so much, it's called a time bridge. A time bridge is not a seed, it's a who, what, why, and where of the next time you guys are gonna meet up with each other. If I don't get that, I don't consider it a valid number close. I'm not gonna like drop her a missed call because then she's gonna drop me a no answer.
Okay. So
Right.
what would you time bridge with somebody who's working on like the busiest nights?
Yeah, so so it's different, right? So if they're working, right? Check this out. Remember this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, happy days, right? Okay. You know exactly where they're gonna go out. Who in here already right now knows where industry goes out on Sunday? Raise your hand. Look at it right here. Okay, well, look at all the people, right? Was it 8 people, right? Where did the industry go on Sunday? Give me one place.
Geisha Go-Go.
And is that like the place, or is there like 2?
Half off, happy hour all day.
Okay, so it's the they even got specials for the cunts. Okay, so like the same bullshit little area, right? Okay.
On Sundays is insane. So
Yeah.
Just go out. Step out of your
Right. Okay, so Scottsdale, fortunately, is a strip club city as well. And they're not, I don't think they're very good here. I've never been to one here, but I just know it's a strip club city, like Dallas, like Atlanta. If I moved here for the first time, I would go to the strip club, I would act like a belligerent fuck one night. They would all be like, they would all have a story, which is the next part that we talk about is how to create stories with people. You create a story with somebody, kind of like how I did with to get into that makeup company. You just create a story with somebody one time, they will always bring it up, and they will always bring you to certain things because they're like, oh, that's that fucking guy. Like every time I hang around all these different people I've networked with and all these different girls, they just look at me, they're, oh, that's Luke, that's that fucking guy, right? What does that mean, that fucking guy? It means that we had one epic night together, right? We had one cool story that we shared together, and then never again, but now they just keep bringing me around all this cool stuff because I keep adding value to them, and I don't want anything in return. You understand?
Yeah.
Cool, so the Sunday thing. Imagine you meet a cocktail waitress or a bartender, and you invite her out to the Sunday thing in a group setting. You're like, hey, a bunch of us are doing this thing. What do you think she's probably going to say?
Maybe.
She's probably going to say, haha, I'm already doing that, right?
Yeah.
You got like a 25% chance. 25, like it's like a third, right?
Great one for Sundays. Because I've been thinking about I'm gonna do it myself because I have fucking drunk friends that do this every fucking Sunday and it's fucking amazing. It's at R&R in Scottsdale. It's $30, bottomless mimosas from 11 to 3.
They're half soda water, man.
Well, I'm saying there's hella people. I'm saying there's hella people fucking there. So if you're gonna do it, that's where I would.
Yeah, you know what I want to know is this: how bitchy are the girls that go there? That's all I care about. Cunty, like, so I don't need the prostitutes. I want cunty. Like I want the girl. I want the girl who's like 23. And like super fucking hot. Like I want.
Breakfast Club.
Huh?
Breakfast Club.
There you go. That's where we should all be going and
All
invading.
the hired guns at Breakfast Club are fucking fitness models.
We should call this a cock. We should literally. I like regularly fuck fitness models. Like the girls in the snap, they're fitness models, right? I'm not a fitness model. But the second you said the fitness models are going to be there, I immediately like. I don't get phone. I'm going there. Breakfast Club. Done. I'm going. Finally, I got it out of you guys. It was like we fucked around with this geisha and El Jefe shit, and now.
40-minute wait on the weekends.
Perfect. Give me a 3-hour wait.
And a patio that you can open on easily, and a bar that serves coffee.
Is there a place with an hour wait? 2 hour?
Fuck if it's no.
Okay, perfect. So we'll stick with that then, right? Seriously, Breakfast Club. We will all go together. We'll call it the Cockfest success. Seriously, you fucking kidding me?
I'd be down.
Dude, seriously, done. You got to go to the place that is, if you're going to use social leverage, then you have to go to a place where you can maximize social leverage. You don't want to do 9 and 10 game, social circle game, all the stuff I'm talking about at your local dive bar, right? Because it will still work, but you're going to get a much larger diminishing return on the effort you put in. You guys understand that? Cool.
Quick question.
And the last one in the bathroom, because the last one, and then you can ask me to come back. Go for it.
Does your pivot have to be like as hot as the girl?
No, they almost never are. My pivot is always beautiful and my exact type, but like the pivot usually will, usually you're fucking up. Yeah. I mean, that's the point, right? Yeah. The goal is to have a pivot that like you just think is awesome. Like you'd enjoy hanging out with her as much as you hang out with like, your buddy. Like that's cool. And then like you don't have to fuck, but you can. And there's like a very specific category there for a pivot that's great. And looks, she just needs to look cunty, right? She needs to know how to do fucking makeup. If she doesn't, teach her. Seriously, like I've taught so many girls how to do it. Not me personally, but I'm like, no, you could be hot. Let's fix this though. Let's do it. When you show them the respect to do that, watch what ends up happening back. It's crazy. Too many people just don't communicate with each other. Like how many female friends do you guys probably have after this talk that you already know, like, oh, there's that one girl that would kind of do this with me. She'd go out with me. She'd help me. You all probably can think of one person, even the work thing, right? But you maybe have not actually gone out with that person all yet, right? Or at least not like with this kind of direction or focus. They will 100. It's crazy. Would you just open them up and communicate to them and actually tell them, hey, this is what's happening? They're like, oh, really? I never knew. There's so many girls I've done this with, and they're like, the whole time they're just like, I didn't even know you liked that type of girl. And I was like, this is when I came up with the U Army, when I was like, oh, I'm gonna call this something like fucking militaristic or something. Like, it's gonna be called the U Army, because like, what do you mean you didn't know? I make these jokes about Hispanic girls that I like. How do you not know that's what I like? Oh, I didn't know, we just never talked about it. All right, well now we're having that conversation, right? So you have to have that conversation with all the girls that you know and all the girls that you're meeting. Okay. The coolest thing about these, like, dude, I would go to the strip club. Last thing about that point, I'd go to this fucking strip club. I'd act like a buffoon. Number close like 15 of those strippers, right? And then they would all they would look at that night as being this like epic, memorable night, right? And then on the industry nights, I would invite them out with me, the clean ones, not the fucking dirty ass fucking looking ones, right? They're not the ratchet, but not like super ratchet, right? Because then what ends up happening, dude, guys are always like, why are all these girls just like dance, like, I'll go to like XS or Marquee or something, and the girls just start coming up to me, and they'll just like humping the shit out of me, or they'll move their titty, and I can just start sucking on it and shit, and then guys are just like, you're a game god, like just like regular people, not PUAs, and I'm like, yeah, what? It took me like almost a year, I think, to realize, wait, they don't know that those are strippers that I've picked up before. They're just like, wait, how are these regular girls coming up? Like, what? Strippers are fun. You don't have to respect them if you don't want to, but seriously, they're fun. They're awesome, right? But just not the dirty looking ones.
Okay,
you know, hold on one second. Last thing on that, like I would bring like the cleanest like 5 strippers, and they like, you know, they hate each other, but they like to go out in packs. The cleanest 5 strippers in the city, I would make fucking love me, and I'd take them to this fucking cunty place and just watch all these like girls who should be strippers, but like, oh, they're too good for it. Watch them all, like seriously, watch them all just be like, who the fuck is this guy? I'll intentionally wear like a sloppy shirt. I'll sit down. I'll my hair will be all like fucking like this. I can do this all the time, right? And then even more so, they're just like, wait, what? Who is he? And I'll like be yelling at them. I'll be like, hey, go buy me a fucking drink. Get over there. And she's like, oh my God, you're just an asshole. Yeah, you're a fucking cunt. Hurry up before your pussy gets too loose. And these regular girls are just like, what the, who is this fucking guy? But like cocked waitresses, but strippers especially, they'll like just immediately act like you're their pimp when you take them out. So imagine like the coworker thing where they're like kind of nice and then like to you, and then like they introduce you to girls. Imagine you take out like cocked waitresses or strippers. Again, like even if you don't like strip clubs, I get it. Not everyone likes strip clubs. Even if you don't like strippers, I get it. If you can just take like 2 of them even out, or 3 of them, and again, like the cool thing is when they're not working, like they'll pay for all your shit. Like they're so independent, they don't seriously, it's not about the money either. That's the coolest part about these strippers. They make so much money, it's all cash, that they'll just pay for your shit anyway if it's a money thing. So go out with them. They'll just they'll flirt with you ruthlessly because they're so desensitized to it, right? Yeah. And then all the other girls in the area, you'll have girls just coming up to you being like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but when you're saying you're getting belligerent, like, are you like blacking out? Like,
no.
Because I'm an alcoholic friend, so when you say belligerent.
Okay, I don't mean that. No. When I say belligerent, I mean maybe I'll order like a round of shots. Yeah. And then I'll probably like, I'm gonna spend more money with the DJ than I will on alcohol. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna like make sure Fetty Wap plays nonstop. Like I'm gonna have like 6, 7, 9 and Trap Queen just going until people are like, what the fuck? And then people are gonna go up to the DJ booth. This happens all the time. Like, you wanna fuck strippers, do this. Yeah. Tip a DJ, right? Instead of like tipping, the stripper $100 or something, tip the DJ, 40, 50, I don't know, it depends on the strip club, right? I mean, in Vegas, I have them do this in like, they pay me to do it, but a place like this, I'd probably tip like 40 or 60. If the girl was if I saw a super hottie, I'd probably tip maybe 80 to the DJ. But then that would be like my max for my P&L sheet with her. Like I wouldn't be able to go any further than that. So what I would do then, right, is the whole point. I make sure, hey, keep 6, 7, 9 on. It's just like my favorite Fetty Wap song, right? Keep it on, right? Or like what's that Future and Drake one? Like, where are they at? Like, keep something like that to like get me into a really good mood. Yeah. Something a little ghetto but cool, maybe The Weeknd, but the same song over and over. And then when people go up to you, I want you to just point at me and go like this. He's like, okay, fine. So after like 3, it takes an odd amount of times for the song to play. 3, 4 times they go up and they're like, what the fuck, bro? And he just points at me. I don't know. So all these girls are going up to him being like, dude, what the fuck? Are you not going to play our other songs? Right? I want to hear some fucking Guns N' Roses. I don't know, whatever the fuck they play strip clubs here, right? And the whole time he just goes like this. And then I'm just sitting here being like, yeah, like this, like doing my horrible like white guy rap to the same song, and like getting more excited as it comes on. And then every girl comes up to me being like, who are you? Like, what is wrong with you? What's happening? Right?
Yeah. Okay.
You do like something like that, like the spectacle or the whole deal, right? You do something like that, and like immediate number close, right? The interest is so high after something like that. I also don't even tell them why. Let them wonder for months why the DJ did that with you. Let it just hang. It's so awesome. Do something crazy like that, and then make the girl be like, wait, what? Why? And you just be like, dude, I don't know. Every time I fucking come in here, I don't know. He plays this goddamn song.
Would you hit this up on like a weekday or weekend?
Huh?
The strip club, weekday or weekend?
So, I mean, it depends, dude. It depends on the city, right? So I hit up everything on industry nights always first, because I guess I have to assume that like I'm in your place, right? If I'm kind of new to this stuff, and let's just say I'm starting fresh in the city, I mean, I'm gonna Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is where I live in the clubs, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I'm gonna make the rounds, and I'm gonna go the same, like I'm gonna go 3 places each night, get between like 3 and 8, maybe 3 and 10 numbers in each place, right? It's all very social numbers, right? It's so awesome. It blows my mind when guys are surprised when you do the social number close. Then like I'll have a guy do a social number close instead of the direct one, or instead of being super aggressive. Then like 48 hours later, he'll message me and be like, "Yo, I just fucked that girl. How did that happen?" I'm like, "Did you bump into her again?" He's like, "Yeah." And I go, "That's how. You bumped into her again." Sounds retarded. But seriously, you do the social close, and then you serendipitously bump into a girl again. You guys ever have this happen? Like you talk to a girl, and like, guess what? You bump into her, and suddenly, what happens with the interest level? And you did nothing in between. Shoots through the roof. How fucking stupid do you have to be? What? Because I happen to be in an area of Scottsdale that like we've both been in before, and the chances of this happening are very, very high. But now you're gonna look at this like a serendipitous thing. What?
I've had that with girls. I've just seen her on ASU like 4 years, and I see them in the club, and then it's just like they act like they know me.
Yeah, these bitches acting like they know you.
Yeah, I know.
All right, cool.